good day to you. Nathi Smith, Atlas Roofing, busy with the ABC or waterproofing. And today we are looking at Torchon waterproofing, specifically the layout, some details on the outlets and overlaps and so forth. Referring back to the South African National Code, this is our Bible for waterproofing, and we want to stick to the guidelines in here. Torchon, also known as modified bitumen sheeting, different names, suppliers from all over the world, and today we're going to basically look at some of the tools and some of the methods. Just quickly showing you a basic gas bottle, regulator and torch, and very simple, just to show you. The torch is very powerful and dangerous, obviously. By demonstration, how to close the torch. Always close the gas first on the bottle, let all the air out, and have all your safety equipment handy. Very important. Some of the tools, we use a special tool to cut, prevents you from cutting right through into the rolls below. Obviously a measuring tape, a little gauging trowel if you need it, a lighter, and that's basically what you need. Entry level is very easy to do waterproofing, and obviously the gloves. I want to point to you the 1 meter roll on the floor. 1 meter wide, 10 meter long, standard roll size. And you can see the head lap, we're indicating 150 millimeters, and a side lap 100 mil. That is a standard, especially from the European nations. And on the table here in front of us, I have a slight layout and indicating always starting at the lowest point, which means the outlet or the gutter. And I've indicated the fall by this little arrow here, meaning our roof is falling this way. And then our first 1 meter wide roll, and we'll have 100 mil overlap as indicated before. And I will start that by doing this. Is my first little roll where I will have 100 mil overlap, and this can be a 10 meter piece, a 5 meter piece, and I show you this little mitre cut specifically because it's not done often in South Africa, done in other countries maybe. That mitre is very important, so always the lower layer gets a mitre. And then my following roll, notice my water will be running this way, so the laps are not facing into the water, but the water will be running this way. Once again, a little mitre cut to create a larger surface area on the danger point, and then my following roll again. I'd like to point out that if it's possible, work with full rolls to have less cutting, less overlaps, less leaks. And you will do the primer, as you can see the board, which is a black primer, which takes about 4 hours to dry. And if the roof is not torched within a week, say, re-prime, very important. Rolls are fully bonded, and I always say the product's name is Torchon, the generic name. It's not half Torchon or quarter Torchon, it's Torchon. So it must be fully bonded. And ensure when you torch that you get bitumen squeezing out on all the areas, in other words, enough flame. Overcoating after the weathering period, different suppliers, different waiting times. This is a mineral surface Torchon. You also get a plain Torchon that needs to be overcoated. I can add that Torchon has been in existence for 40 years plus. It's still a very good roofing or waterproofing system for low pitch roofs, or we call them flat roofs, and it's still in use and still a very good system if applied well. Thank you. Nathi Smith signing off.